So this is David. Today I want to talk to you about how having the ability to adapt may be one of the greatest skill that you can have. So this goes back to Charles Darwin and his theory of evolution. And there's actually a quote, or not a quote, but an idea called survival of the fittest. You're probably familiar with it, but that's actually a misconception. It's not necessarily the survival of the fittest and like the strongest and the biggest. It's more about survival of the most adaptable. The species, I would say the humans who have the ability to quickly adapt to their environment, their circumstances, their situation, is the species that have a lot of advantages. And I don't completely buy into everything about competition. I talked about this before, like how we can view things from a collaborative frame instead of a competitive frame. But competition can be useful, like friendly competition can be useful to propel us forward, right, for our own growth. Because when you're out, when you're trying to do something by yourself, you're not going to get a lot of much done. Or unless like you're like the 0.1% of the people who are just extremely self-motivated, right? But most of the times, a lot of us aren't that self-motivated. So in order for us to propel forward a little bit, if you introduce a little friendly competition, that can actually help, right? And and the main point of competition is not to like win, not to beat out the competition, but it's for growth. Like if you are racing somebody, just because of the fact that you are racing somebody, it makes you want to run faster, right? So it's like, it helps you grow more. It helps accelerate the growth more than if you were to do it by yourself, okay? So let's view competition from that standpoint. And so let's go back to adapting. Being able to adapt and being able to adapt quickly is one of the greatest skills, because if you study like biology, it's not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily the strongest that survive, it's not necessarily the fittest that survive, but it's the most adaptable. And I would say that is definitely true for us human beings. So you see like businesses who haven't really adapted to technology yet, right? They're like operating their businesses like it's like the 1950s. So it's very evidential that some of these businesses will cease to exist because they failed to adapt. Okay, so you don't want to be one of these obsolete type of businesses. You want to have the knowledge to be able to adapt and to adapt quickly. And the main point I guess I'm trying to say is you want to adapt to technology. Okay, you want to be able to use technology instead of relying on old behaviors and old patterns and clinging on to old things that may not work anymore in the modern world. Okay, so have that ability to adapt and to use newer technology, to be at the forefront of newer technology, so that you are able to adapt a lot quicker and so that you are able to quote unquote survive. All right, so that is it for this video. Hope you found value at this one. I'll talk to you in the next one.